Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today I have Melissa joining me. Hey, Melissa.
Hey, Amanda. Hey, everyone.
Guys, we have a really exciting video, how to manifest more affection or affection from your specific person. With Valentine's Day coming, I know that's something we've all been focusing on. So yeah, we're going to dive into that. And yeah, because it's really exciting. Melissa's client used her affirmations to manifest attention, communication, and affection from anybody. And yeah, manifested more communication, affection. So we're going to dive into a little bit of that. Her course is in the link in the description below, as well as she's having a sale on her coaching, and she has Monday meetups where it's a question and answer where you guys can benefit from listening to each other's questions and the answers Melissa gives. I always find group settings like that helpful because, you know, sometimes people bring up things from a perspective that maybe you hadn't seen it like that before. So it's a really excellent opportunity to learn from each other and to be part of a little exclusive club. So I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah. And guys, we are giving away a free course, how to find your blocks to manifest anything fast. The link is in the description. It's a great little course. People are getting a lot of success from it. And yeah, I created it. So I'm really happy about that. But yeah, let's dive into this. I'm excited to hear some of this.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so basically I have this client and she was wanting her specific person to show up more and to show up better and just, you know, she wanted more affection and love from her specific person. So she started using my affirmations in that course Amanda mentioned. And so first I want to say the best way to use affirmations is to, you know, make them feel like they're the way you talk to yourself. So when you see an affirmation, if it doesn't totally resonate with you, tweak it, tweak a word in there, you know, make it feel like it's your own, and really think about the words you're saying. You know, you probably won't believe affirmations at first because you're changing your story, right? But as you say them more, your story will start to change, as with what happened with this client. And then pretty soon you'll get to see your new story pictured in your 3D for you to experience. So she started using those affirmations, and her SP started showing up so much better. He actually brought her little presents that she wasn't expecting and started planning future dates, which was a big one because she was always the one planning things and she was really worried about, oh my gosh, you know, we're not going to do anything if I don't take the initiative. And so he started showing up better that way and started planning more things for them to do and like asking about future plans with her and wanting, and just generally wanting to be around her more and spend more time with her. I mean, it was even kind of like a little bit annoying how much he was reaching out. So it went from one extreme to the other. And just saying loving things and being really, you know, sweet and kind and just more affectionate in general. So really, you know, as soon as you decide something new is true, something new has to show up for you. So that's what these affirmations helped her to do. And now she's got a really great version of her SB.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that, you know, and I mean, all of this is absolutely possible, you know, and it really does come down to our thoughts, our affirmations, our intentions, you know, and I think the other really big part of this, right, is everybody can do this right now, is start identifying what is showing you affection. Like, what do you want to see? What does, you know, someone being affectionate towards you look like? Like, some people love to hold hands. Some people don't. Some people like to cuddle. Some people don't. You know, some people want the future plans made. Some people don't. Some people want a lot of text messages. Some don't. So really start to identify what it is that you want to see in your reality, and then start intending that your specific person is doing those things. You know, say they always, you know, Jerry always calls me. He always texts me good morning. He always wants to hold my hand. You know, he prioritizes me. He shows me affection by cuddling with me and, you know, making my tea for me, whatever the case is, right? Whatever is going to resonate with you, right?
Yeah, I mean, even if it's communication that makes you feel good, start intending that, you know, my SP always reaches out to me. I'm the first person they want to talk to when they wake up in the morning. I'm the last person they want to talk to when they go to sleep at night. I'm the first person they want to talk to when they want to share any good news. They always want to know about my day. They always send me sweet messages. You know, start to incorporate affirmations for the type of affection that you want, the type of attention that you want.
Exactly. And, you know, one thing I always love is like, you know, it's like with the affirmation, you know, that the affirmation tracks and attention tracks, I really love them because they've got intentions and affirmations that I may have not have thought of. And I always love talking with other people, like, you know, other coaches, like on the team, you know, because like when I'm like thinking or struggling or trying to create something, they come up with a great affirmation and I'm like, well, I never thought of it. That's really good. And vice versa, you know, when they're chatting with me and then I come up with one that I think is pretty obvious and they're like, I never thought of that. And I'm like, well, it's right in line with what you want. So, you know, these things can be really great to kind of help you, you know, formulate what you actually want, you know, and to start heading in that direction, right? And then, of course, doing self-concept, right? Like, I'm good enough to have this, you know, my partners always show me lots of affection. I always feel like I'm prioritized, right?
Yeah, knowing that you are always perfect and enough, and you know, it all is all within you. It all comes from you. So build yourself back up. Remind yourself how awesome you are, and of course, you're treated this way because that's the only way you ever get treated, because you decide it, and that's what's true now. And this is what's true about your SP now. This is how they are now. You know, just decree it.
Exactly. Because everyone is you pushed out. So what you decide to be true and what you decide what they're thinking, they're going to be thinking. So, you know, take some time right now, you know, and you really identify, what do you want your specific person to think about you? What do you want them to feel about you? What do you want them to say to you? What actions do you want them to show? How do you want them to treat you? Like, really take some time to identify all of this, because in those moments where you're doing that, you're actually putting it out there and they have no choice but to actually do that. And I think the huge trick here is to spend more time thinking about what we want them to do rather than what we don't want them to do.
Right. And something that can help with that, especially if this is a specific person that you've dated before, maybe you're broken up or they're hot and cold, whatever, is pick some memories, some good memories of good times you've had with them or with other people where you felt amazing and it was just so much fun, and use that to build even more affirmations off of. Like, let's say you had a fun time at the movies and it was so cute when your SP opened the door for you and it made you feel so special, or they held your hand when you were walking down the street. You know, any little thing is, you know, that made you feel amazing. Use it to your advantage.
Exactly. And you know what, even if you don't have a previous situation, so I've seen comments going, well, you know what, I've never had anything like that happen. I've never had a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I don't know what it feels like to have that. Well, then all you say is like, look, you know what, you just make the commitment, the declaration, the intention, the affirmation right now. My SP spoils me and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel wanted. Just by making that statement right there, boom, you're acting as if you're calling in those emotions, those feelings. So, you know, whenever, you know, my specific person opens the door for me, I feel spoiled. I feel, you know, happy. Or whenever they text me, I feel like I'm the priority. So you can create how you want to feel and those things, you know, and call them in just by declaring it. You don't have to necessarily have had it happen before, right? You know, because you create, right? So start creating what you want to experience and how it's going to make you feel.
Yeah, great point. Always go to, how do I want to feel? And from there, you can just come up with tons of different affirmations, you know, and decide how this person is going to show up for you now, you know, and make it fun, you know, like they love buying me presents. My SP loves spoiling me. My SP loves, you know, holding hands or just loves to make me feel good. Loves it when they know that I feel good.
Exactly. So more like examples would be like, you know, they always ask me what I want for dinner. They ask me where I want to go. They always include me in the making of the plans. They make future plans with me. You know, they ask me if I want to hang out before any of their friends, always buying me flowers, texting me, good morning, good night, you know, checking in and asking how my day is. What others?
I love the one, they're proud of me and they love showing me off. That's
I love that too. Yes, they're proud of me and love showing me off.
They feel lucky to have me, you know.
Yeah, I love that one too, right? I always feel like, you know, that I'm their girl in public. They're always like by my side and interested in everything that I have to say and interested with my conversations with other people. You know, I like that
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah. So just, I mean, whatever makes you feel amazing and wanted and loved and, you know, just adored, go for it.
Exactly, exactly. And, you know, and again, you know, the important part here is to identify it and, you know, start saturating your mind with, you know, thoughts of, I can have this and I have this now, and this is how they're going to treat me. And this is what I'm going to see, hear, and feel. And this is what's going to show up in my reality, and really spend some time in those thoughts, like spend those time in those thoughts until you feel good. And, you know, and one thing is, you know, sometimes I've heard people say in the past, well, I mean, I'm scared to do a mental diet. I'm scared to get myself all my hopes up that this is going to happen for it not to happen. Well, if you have that feeling, okay, and you don't want to put in the work because you're scared that you may not get what you want, what I really recommend is doing the list of little tiny manifestations. A huge part of this is believing in yourself and your power, believing that your thoughts create. So when you do the small list of manifestations and they start showing up and you're like, wow, okay, you know what? Yeah, everyone is me pushed out. Like my thoughts do create, and you build that belief and your trust in yourself. And you don't have to believe your manifestations. You just have to believe that it's possible.
Right.
Okay. You have to believe it's possible, because if you believe it's impossible, there's no point. So build your belief with doing that list of little tiny manifestations, because when those things start to show up, you, one, learn how you create, and B, you're building confidence in yourself. But I can tell each and every one of you guys right now, if you go on a mental diet and start focusing on what you want and you persist in that, it's coming to you. I guarantee it. You know, it's coming to you, you know,
Right.
and the only one that's going to stop it is you, when you decide it's not going to come, or you give up, or you lose hope, right?
Yeah. And another, I love just knowing it's possible. That's a great way to break into believing, and an awesome way to, you know, perpetuate that is if you have friends or family that have really lovely relationships in your life, you know, that's an example right there. If they can do that, if they can have that, so can I. So use that to fuel your belief as well. You know, it exists because look, it's right there. It's right in front of me. There's no reason I can't have that too. Even better.
Exactly, exactly. You know, and use other people's success stories and other people's experiences to start creating a catalog for yourself. Like, you know, and it's like, I hear people, you know, they've manifested things. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm like, I'm going to do that. Right. So, and again, that's why I really love, you know, Melissa's Mondays meetups, because it's a chance for you guys to hear other people's thoughts, point of view, questions, maybe their best tips and tricks. Right. So, you know, it's going to be a great little question answer thing where, you know, we can learn from other people as well, you know, and, you know, really dive into things. But yeah, I mean, you know, use everything in the world as a catalog. You see a movie, like a Hallmark movie, and like, you know, you see something happen there and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm too. That looks great. You know, use everything around you, you know, to create what you want in your reality, and get ideas from it. Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Instead of limiting yourself by deciding that it's not possible for you, or you can't have it because of this, this, and this, and this, flip that around and say, I can have it, and it is possible for me, because look at all this stuff everywhere that all these other examples are showing me. I can absolutely have that. I can have better than that. I'm going to do that because I decided I want it, and it's true now, and it's mine now.
Exactly. So, you know, isn't it funny? It comes down to everyone is you pushed out, mental diet, and believing that you're good enough and you can have it.
Yep.
Having faith in your thoughts creating, and having a belief that your thoughts create, right? And I think everybody on this channel has one step ahead of everybody in the world. You guys all believe that your thoughts do create, and that's why you're here. So you know what? That is all you need. Now, all you need after that is to focus your thoughts on what you want. So you guys are already one step ahead of the game. I mean, you obviously believe, that's why you're here. So, you know, now it's time to just put the bus in motion in the direction that you want it to go. And yeah, I mean, you'll get it easily and effortlessly after watching this video. That's my intention.
After you watch this video, comment below on ways your partner showed up different for you, you know, ways they show affection for you, because that's going to give somebody else an idea. Ooh, I want that too, you know?
Exactly. Let's all inspire each other. Put your success stories in the comments. Let's hear some great things that you've manifested to be spoiled, pampered, prioritized. Yeah, really excited. Or if you don't have a success, you know what? Write out what you would want your success to be as if you already have it. Just create it in the comments. No one's going to know that you don't already have it. Feel the congratulations, you know, just throw it out there, you know, talk it
that's
into
your
existence.
affirmation. That's your affirmation right there. That's your new mental diet.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, focus on what you want, comment what you want, like you already have it, or put your success story there. Either way, we're going to be happy for you, because if you write it like you've already got it as a success story, you're going to get it. I mean, that's what this is all about, is to start declaring that you have it, you know, and start making it. I remember years ago, I used to, this was before I was totally into this. I had a best friend, and I would always say like, oh, you know what, like this happened, and it didn't actually happen, but I said it happened, right? And then the funny thing was, I'd phone her like a week or two later when it happened, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe what happened. And she was like, what? Then I'd tell her the same thing again, and she's like, yeah, you already told me that. I'm like, I know, but before it didn't actually happen. Now it actually really happened, you know. And what I didn't realize at the time is I was speaking things into existence, that I was speaking so confidently about the way something would work out to her prior to it actually happening. I was actually creating it in those moments, because she was a safe space. She would never be like, oh, you're lying. She'd be like, oh my God, that's so exciting. And then it would actually happen. And then she would be like, you already told me. I'm like, I know, but it really happened this time. And she's like, oh my goodness, you're so silly. But then it started becoming the story that I repeat myself. But of course I did. I was always creating stuff with her. And then when
Amanda,
it happened,
were you by chance creating your future?
Yeah. 100%, you know. And I even do it now, you know. I'll be like, you know, I'll tell you, like, if something's going on, I'll be like, you know, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. This is what's exactly going to happen. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. And that's the story. And, you know, and speak it into existence. So, you know, even if you're not comfortable, you know, talking as if it's already happened, then talk as if that is what's going to happen. That's the plan. You know what I mean? So this is what's going to happen on Valentine's Day. He's going to call me a week before. He's going to tell me we're going to go out. He's going to pick a restaurant. He's going to dress up nice. He's going to pick me up at 6 o'clock. We're going to have a great dinner. The steak's going to be awesome. Or if you're a vegetarian, the veggies are going to be great, you know, and, you know, start speaking it in and creating what that is going to look like for you. I think that's so incredibly important.
Yeah. And as you speak it, if you hear that little naggy voice show up, like, no, it's not, because this isn't it. Remind yourself, that's not what's real. What's real is what you decide is true. And this is what you're deciding is true now.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Such great video. I think this was a great video. Hands down, guys, great video. And don't you love my hair today? I'm sorry. I've done 2 videos looking like this today. I don't feel like, I mean, I don't think I look any different than I usually do. I just feel like I look different. But anyway, I had 2 great videos to do with 2 of the great coaches here. So I wasn't going to let anything stop me from bringing excellent information to you guys. And let me be honest, we all know you guys don't come here to see what I'm wearing or my makeup for that matter. So
I intend someone comments about how amazing your hair looks today.
I know, right? I think someone actually is commenting about how my hair looks.
Oh,
and I'm like,
funny.
I'm like, was my ponytail nicer than usual that day? I'm like, okay. I'm like, but thank you. I'm like, much appreciated. But I mean, you guys all know that I've never, you know, gone over and above to do a video, but when the inspiration strikes, right? Let's get the information out, right? So well, thank you so much for being here today, Melissa.
Thank you, Amanda. I love chatting. It's always so fun.
I do too. And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And you know what? You're perfect. Go out and create something wonderful for yourself. You deserve it. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.